What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I've got one from 20th Century Fox. This is Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I hated this movie. I should say that up front. The story here is two kind of douchey brothers who live off their parents have caused all kinds of problems for their family. They've ruined a bunch of family gatherings, and they're always making everything about them because they're kind of selfish. Well, no, they're just selfish, assholes, pretty much. So the story's based on real life, where a couple of brothers took out a Craigslist ad to try to find dates to go to a wedding. The story's obviously amplified here, and it's about going to Hawaii instead of just going, I think, to New York or whatever. So they get a bunch of responses, and the idea is that they have to find nice girls because they need people that will impress their family and kind of keep them in line as well. What they get are two girls who are just as douchey and self-centered as they are, but masquerading as nice girls in Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza. And then that's pretty much the movie, is the girls try to repress their bad qualities and the two brothers try to repress their bad qualities, but really everybody just acts in a selfish, douchey way, and that's the movie. I didn't really like this. I didn't think any of the characters were likable. Especially the brothers, I just couldn't get behind them. Like, there was nothing there. Like, they were just completely terrible characters. I don't know if it's indicative of the people in real life, but I just could not get into it. I didn't like the performances. I didn't like the characters. I actually thought the girls were at least a little bit more fun to watch. I think it would have worked better if they were the leads instead of the guys, but even then it would have been stretched pretty thin. This movie throws a ton of jokes out. Hardly any of them land. It's another one of these movies, and I've reviewed a lot of these lately, where they want you to think this is like some wild, over the top, just crazy experience, and it's really not. It's pretty tame. It doesn't have hardly any sleaze. I think the funniest part of the movie is this weird quasi-erotic massage. And I mean, if the whole movie was up to that standard, it would be pretty solid. But the supporting characters actually get most of the laughs here, which I think is kind of sad given the amount of star power that went into the leads between the brothers and the two girlfriends. But anyway, I just really didn't like it. I didn't think it was that funny. I didn't think it was very risque. I thought it was just a really safe, overly tame comedy when it should have been just an over-the-top, out-of-control, comedy ride. I don't really understand why they made a movie based off of a Craigslist ad, but whatever. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I just didn't like the movie. I thought it was boring. I didn't like the characters. And it's weird because this thing has a loaded cast. I mean, even the supporting players are all familiar faces, but it's just hardly anybody's given anything to do here. It's like they just figured, let's just throw as many random jokes as possible and hope some of them land, instead of doing like character-driven comedy that actually made sense and was funny. They just hoped that like Jurassic Park references and pratfalls would be funny, and unfortunately they're just not that funny here. The Blu-ray from Fox looks like it has deleted scenes, gag reel, audio commentary. I can't even imagine that. And then some featurettes. I'm not going to watch any of that garbage. I don't want to see anything else that has to do with this movie. It wasn't an actively terrible bad movie, but it was just a boring movie, and it had really high production values. I just thought it was really boring and unfunny. So that's my review of Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I would not recommend it unless you're just a huge fan of some of the stars involved. Like, if you're a big fan of Anna Kendrick or Aubrey Plaza, it's at least worth renting to see them, but that's about as far as I would go. You can read my full write-up of it at markfusion.com. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon if you want to get exclusive content. And I'm also on Letterboxd if you want to keep an eye on what might be showing up here on the channel soon. All of that is if you look up Mark Fusion. But the best thing you can do is just hit that sub button. Free, easy, direct way to support me, help me grow my channel, and I can keep making content for you guys. That's it. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I'll see you later.